start everything off, I'm just addressing it now. This was my very first set ever of the Ninjago brand. Today's set is number 9442, or Jay's Storm Fighter, consisting of 242 pieces. Of those contain two minifigures, Jay in his ZX form and Snappa. Originally being sold in 2011, this set was set at the price of $24.99, or €19.99. I know that's not right, but I don't know what the cents is for euros. I know pence is pounds, right? Who cares? All right, there we go. That's all of Jay's Storm Jet thing. Listen, it's been a while since I read it personally. I read the description and all the pieces, and then I disassemble. So I can't remember what the hell this thing is called, but I know that it's Jay's, and it's supposed to be a jet. And it's supposed to have something to do with lightning, because that's his element and shit. So, cut me some slack. This is it separated out. Oh god, that voice crack was awful. Before I embarrass myself anymore, here is Jay in his ZX form. If you notice, he's a little bit different from what Kai was like. He doesn't have the sword, I'll say sword holders in the back, and exposing his armor-ish type of thing he has in the back. So, yeah, that's Jay and his ZX, not fully complete. And then there's Snappa, I think that was the name. He's the first Fangpyre we see. And he's one of the, I'll say, recruits. I can't quite remember what the status, no, maybe scout? That sounds a little bit better than recruit. So the Fangpyre have the ability to bite anything, and then that is converted into a snake, like a living snake. It's a little bit different from the Hypnobrai. They just confuse something that's already living to be on their side and follow every command. I think that's how it works. Again, it's been so long since I've seen the show. Another thing. Oh yeah. Another thing is that the scout, like, headdress thing is different from the Hypnobrai. The Hypnobrai scout had a bigger hood and just a different looking tail end. And that's all I can really say for now, because this isn't the important part. The important part is the actual set. So I'll move these two off to the side. Don't know if you'll be able to see them in the camera angle. If you can't, I apologize. But just know that I'm trying to do my best with what I have. Before we start building the actual jet, we have to build something else. It comes with like a dual-ish type of set. I mean, you kind of saw that with the previous sets. How do I... Okay, so if I build it away from me like this, and I turn it 180 degrees, it should look like this. Okay. Sorry, still trying to figure it out myself. If you remember from Kai's Blade Cycle, there was a little shrine to bestow upon the general public the Hypnobrai staff. So that's kind of what we're doing for the Fangpyres. Another shrine to whatever kind of god they have. If they believe in gods. I know there's some, like, big ol' overarching story amongst the serpentine, but after a while, like, their story just kind of gets muddled with the rest of the universe, because once the ninja finish beating up these snakes, they kind of just disappear off the face of the planet. And, well, except for one, I think. Again, haven't seen it in a while. I know he comes, one specific snake comes back, but I don't know when, I don't know why, I don't know the circumstances behind it. I just know that he comes back because he's in future sets, but, like, there's, like, he's got a different name or something. Again, if you're interested in finding out more of the story behind the world of Ninjago and whatever, I don't know if it's still current, like this. I knew that Amazon Prime, for free, has every episode up until the previous season that they haven't made. So, as an example, I don't know which season they just finished, or which season they're making right now, but they have confirmed that they are making a new season. We'll say that is season number 13. That sounds right, but I'm not 100% certain. Say it's season 13 that they're making. The last televised broadcast was season 12, so Amazon Prime has up to season 11, and that'll give you the prime example for what Amazon Prime has available for free to watch if you have an Amazon Prime account. There we go, and then we'll just slap this Fangpyre staff on there, and then you can see the little insignia, hopefully with this camera angle. Yeah, this is the way that it stands upright, facing this direction, and that's a perfect start to the rest of the set. Now, if I just check how much time I have left, I'm a little bit short on time today, so I need to hurry up a bit, but it won't be too bad. Starting off with the few tiniest pieces available for this set. There could be tinier, but where it starts, it's actually kind of laughable. It's like, once we start getting into it, try and remember where this piece is, or where these pieces are in conjunction to the rest of the set. So to start off, using the good old segment, when was this recorded, I can probably say that this month was by far the least spectacular. Well, I mean, what month was spectacular? Sucks to have to say that, but it's a reality that we live in. Sorry if that's downtrodden on anybody's mood or whatever. It's a scary world that we live in right now, but it's also very realistic, as it's happened multiple times before. But the human race is very capable to continue on living. We may not be able to survive an extinction event, I think that's what they're called, but when dealing with a pandemic or an epidemic, well, epidemic is something even worse, I think. I should stop saying words that I don't understand the full meaning of, because it just makes me look stupid if I say something wrong. A life lesson for a lot of us. Heed my words, mortals. I'm not above the rest of you, but understand I'm just as stupid. But yeah, trying to get back on topic. This month didn't really have much going on, so I can't really talk about anything that has gone on this month. For me personally and the channel, I just posted today the first video of auto chess, and editing all of that the previous week was genuinely really fun for me. So I know that there's a lot of channels dedicated to games like Teamfight Tactics, such as Skara and Disguised Toast of Offline TV. I understand that they make proper guides and everything and know how to play like competitively, whereas I just like to play for fun. I may have used a little bit of a clickbaity title in saying that how I became the best player or whatever. Like, honestly, that's not right or wrong, kind of, in a sense, because I don't know if I could become the best player if I just got down to it. But I know for a fact that I would begin to hate the game once I started to take it professionally. Take it on professionally. I enjoy games for what they are. A game. Something that you enjoy with friends. Once it starts to become a competition, I cannot stand anything. Whether it's just a pickup game of Street on... I shouldn't Whether it's just a street pickup game of basketball. My God, I've got like fur or something crawling up my nose. Where was I? Yeah, whether it's just a single game of pickup on the street corner with someone's hoop that they bought for, I don't know, $30. I really don't know how much basketball hoops are worth. I don't know how much the standing ones are either. I had one for a while, but then it started to show wear and tear. Yeah, but like I was saying, I just once it starts to become an actual competition, it's no longer fun to me. Whether you can change up the game in some other sort of way, such as like horse or something, playing with a basketball and changing up the game from starting to get competitive where people are stuffing each other and I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this. Whether it becomes like that and you change up the game to make it more arcadey, or you start going from an arcadey game to a game of pickup and it just progresses from there, or devolves, who knows. That's more my style. So auto chess for me, when I was playing it and while I was editing it, was really fun because in those videos, most prominently the very first video I ever posted of it, it showed the progression of me learning the game. And I recently re-downloaded it to get a few thumbnails, which once I went in, I couldn't even use because the game had reset and gotten rid of all the pieces that I had unlocked, even though they were unlocked while I was playing it the first time. The very first thing it does is it plays a cinematic. You have to set up an account again, which I had to do. I didn't really mind. It basically took my same information from the beginning. And then it throws you into a tutorial match. That didn't happen the first time I downloaded the game, and as much as other people did as well. It throws you into a tutorial that you can't really get out of, I don't think. Maybe if you back out of the tutorial and then relaunch the game, it probably puts you back at the home screen. But the very first time I ever downloaded and streamed it, it was on the home screen. You just had to click matchmaking and it threw you into a game. It gave you a few instructions on what to do, but from there you just had to figure out what the hell was going on. And I slowly did, and it was fun. It not only was it fun to learn a game without any instructions, even though I thought personally I would hate that, it genuinely was fun to not have something baby you into learning everything. Now, the tutorial that it put me through yesterday, I think it was, when I tried to do it, it was how do I say this? So the tutorial for the first login, what it actually does is it basically just teaches you about buying pieces and putting them out in the field, and then just getting a few other pieces that will get synergy. And that's basically all that it is just those three core concepts. Beyond that, it doesn't teach you anything. So it doesn't teach you any strategy, it doesn't teach you any placements, it doesn't teach you any abilities that some of the pieces have, it doesn't teach you about items that attach to it. It's genuinely just to start learning and to know where the starting line is. And I like that. Being able to tell you how to start playing, not to how to play in total. And the whole strategy guide from other people kind of throws me off as well. I want to learn how to be better by myself. I don't want someone to tell me the exact strategy that you need to follow to get better at something. But I can understand where people come from, why they would want to learn how to do that. So if you do, I won't knock you away from my channel or whatever. I just want to put my 2 cents in. But seeing myself slowly learn the game, how to get better, and I don't know if I ever did play against proper enemies or proper players, or if it was just bots in standard matchmaking and not comp play. Oh well, if it was, it gave me experience, and even while I was editing it, there were a few times like where I would like read something's effect that I didn't read before, and it would help me understand, oh, that's why something. For example, there's a piece, there's a race that's called the demons, and the demons are allowed, you're allowed to have as many people out on the field as you want of one specific race. However, the demons profit off of having just one on the field, and I put one in quotations because there's another species or race. Like, there's the demon, which is the race, and then there's like the faction, I think. I can't remember what that term is actually called for the people, which is called the Witchers, and they have a synergy in which, a synergy. They have a synergy in which, if you have 2 out on the field at the same time, it counts all demon races as one singular unit, which in turn helps out the demons. So, perfect ending right there. Not only does it help with the Witchers, but it also helps out with the demons. And there are a few Witcher demons that exist, so it counts toward both. So it's perfect, and that sort of thing. And as I was playing through it, the first time while I was streaming, I didn't realize what I was reading, but while I was editing it, I was like, oh, that makes perfect sense. No wonder you would do that. No wonder why they would limit it to that. However, there is another race that I know for a fact that has a synergy where it relies on one singular unit, and that's the dwarves. Now, I was trying to look into other abilities as I was playing to see if there were any abilities that just helped with the dwarves. Say you wanted to have the helicopter and a dwarven sniper out on the field. Technically, that would actually make your team worse because the dwarves seem to be solos. So, there's that. I mean, whatever. To each their own, I guess. But if there's a way to get a better team out on the field and have them count as one singular unit, that would be better for one specific player or not. But yeah, it was really fun just watching myself, and I hope that not only the people that are dedicated to the channel, but also people that are dedicated to auto chess check out the video and just see the progress of learning the game, not just, oh, I'm only here to learn how to win. Because what's the fun in that? Like, if you only win. And one of the episodes that follows after, that hasn't come out yet, but will, is dedicated to that, is dedicated to learning how to deal with any mistakes that you've made while playing it. And I learned late in the game of the mistake that I had made because I didn't set a clear goal of trying to get synergy with one specific unit, and that cost me the entire time, and I wasn't aware of it until the final maybe 5 rounds. And it's really fun to see me realize the mistake that I had made and try and learn from it so it doesn't happen again. And that's where I really like learning and not really competitiveness. I like to learn how to do things, whether it be from point 0 or point 1. I want to learn how to do something. I don't want something to be just given to me. I want to earn it myself. So with the whole guide thing, that kind of explains it a little bit more why I'm not really a fan of it, or of them. Beyond that, another thing that's been going on, at this point, I've only posted videos of Batman Arkham Asylum, but me personally, I have just finished the main storyline of Batman Arkham Knight. So if that gives you any idea of how far in advance some of my recordings are, considering that there's Arkham City, Arkham Origins, and then Arkham Knight after Arkham Asylum, and Arkham Asylum hasn't even finished yet on the channel. I've gotten to the point where I am 4 months ahead, because another way to look at it is that I record these Lego sets because of the whole Batman series being as long as it is. I've recorded these basically once every month, with 1 week being dedicated to only Batman, another week having a few episodes of some side series, and then more Batman to fill up that week, then another week full of Batman, and then 1 day dedicated to a Lego video, and then the rest Batman. Something like that. So these Lego videos are only posted once a month, but I also follow that recording schedule as well to make sure that I don't work too far ahead as well as too far behind. I only record these once a month, and it's literally just that. So if I don't have anything for this month, like this set specifically for what's been going on, because it's been kind of lackluster in the rest of the world, I mean, I'm kind of happy about that after the whole BLM thing and all of the craziness that everybody went through and had to see. I'm not doing it justice when I say that. I'm glad that it's calmed down a bit in the world, but then there was also all of the damage from the explosions that have been going on, especially the one in, I'm sorry, I'm going to say this wrong, Beirut. That's the way that I would pronounce it, just looking at it. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing the city. I'm so sorry. I haven't educated myself well enough on the situation, unfortunately. But that is something that has happened in the month, and then there was a whole bunch of misinformation spread about what had happened and everything. So I do not want to say anything about it because I feel as if I don't have the correct information. So I will keep my mouth shut about that topic and let the professionals who do have the correct information tell you how to either donate or send resources or anything. Well, send resources and donating, whether it be money or food items or anything, is the exact same thing. Listen, I'm an idiot, okay? If you've enjoyed the channel this much, you should enjoy the rest of the antics that I provide and already know how far I devolve into madness in some of these recordings. Whether it be on my own, playing a game, anything. I devolve into stupidity and anything under the sun. One thing that I can say about the current situation that I'm in is, holy hell, this back room is hot right now. It has been very hot, to say the least, for the last few weeks. Not only just in real life, but especially in this recording room. The main issue is that if I were to have any sort of cooling thing beyond the fan that I use while I'm editing, it would make too much noise in recording, and it would be picked up on the mic, even though this is a dampening mic in which it will reduce the amount of background sound automatically, but in doing so, because my voice is a lower register, it also would get rid of some of my voice in the recording. So that's not very good either, to say the least. Speaking of recording, I just got up to check. I kind of had a heart attack because my mind got the better of me and thought to myself, did I ever actually hit record before I started unbuilding this set? That would not be fun. I really don't want to have to repeat the whole thing with Kai's blade cycle, in which I have to unbuild, rebuild, rebuild. Wait, no, hold on. I have to unbuild, rebuild, realize the focus was wrong for the recording, unbuild, and then rebuild. Even though technically there was a build process. Well, no, because yeah, okay, never mind. I'm trying to work a step ahead, but I just went back a step in my mind. Remember that thing about me devolving into stupidity? Yes. Now I know for a fact that one of these two pieces is needed right now because a sticker. Oh, duh, it's on the next page. It's this one. I'm an idiot. This is a set that has quite a few sticker pieces actually, and of course, like any other stickers in the sets, I did not want to take them off, nor does anyone, because stickers are not meant to come off. Especially bumper stickers. Man, those things are tough to even like take off to begin with. Is there a company that just makes those? Like, is there a company just known as bumper stickers? Because if so, those things have better glue than Gorilla Grip. What's the company called? Is it just Gorilla Glue? I know there's like T-Rex glue or something like that. I remember seeing that being sold at Office Max when I worked there. But I don't think T-Rex glue was the thing. I think it was T-Rex tape. And I know Gorilla Tape is a thing as well. T-Rex tape had like this whole other texture. And like for one packaging thing, we actually had to use it. We had to give like a warning saying, hey, this thing would not stay shut. We used a product in which the store paid for, obviously. But for the buyer, we had to leave a note to use something very heavily, like, serrated to, like, cut it. Because I guess it's somehow stronger than Gorilla Tape. I have no idea. I know duct tape has a specific way you're supposed to rip it, in which you're supposed to rip it from the side, and it tears very easily. To get a clean cut if you do it right and you're not a monkey. Use tape responsibly. Oh god. Sometimes I wonder whether or not people actually enjoy my commentary, or they just like speed through the video and have it muted just to like see the building process. Because that's another thing that's been going on lately. I could mention that because in the last time that I recorded this, I think maybe I mentioned the progress that my channel had gone through for the first time ever about a month ago, actually. And I may have commented about it. My channel finally hit 48 consecutive hours of views. Now that was like 140 views in 48 hours, so it's not like 48 views and they were all just within 1 hour of each other. But, like, that was a huge step. But then I released the video with Lego Fire Temple, Lego Ninjago Fire Temple. And because that was such a huge set, I decided to give myself a day break, the set, a day break, and then start up whatever series. I believe it was Batman, I think, possibly. And all that did was ruin my view count. I've slowly started to get it back, but my god, seeing that happen just as soon as I obtain it was so disheartening. Because that was something that I couldn't control. I wanted a day break. Well, technically 2 day break. but it's a 2-hour long video that I had cut down from like 4 hours of building. Of course I'd want a break. And for that 1-day break that I gave myself, I was reprimanded. And it sucks because all that does is give you more stress. And I cannot imagine what it's like for an actual creator who relies on the money from YouTube or anything. Like the people that try and take a mental health break for a month and then come back and then their search results are gone. Then YouTube says, "Oh yeah, that doesn't happen. No, nothing affects your search results. It's people who are looking up your content." Bitch, no, we understand it. We see it. We see it happen all the time. The people who don't even do it as a job see it because it doesn't even appear in our sub boxes. I mean, me personally, I just check every day, so it's not like it just doesn't appear there. But like, it sucks. Like, something that's supposed to work as well as it is supposed to doesn't. And I can't imagine how a company that's gotten this far can't get any better at it. And then years later, something like TikTok, which I find just as asinine, not for the whole Chinese thing, but just like as an app and how it's made 15-year-olds somehow think that they can buy houses for themselves. I don't understand how the fuck that works. I don't know if there's any adults that live with them. I don't know if they have any parents anymore. I don't know if they've disowned them. Like, I don't know how it works, and I don't care to know, so don't leave a comment about it. That shit works. But one thing that TikTok does, even though that there's like next to nothing of any like crossover. Say you make a TikTok and then you try and bring people over to your YouTube channel. There's next to nothing for that crossover and people trying to obtain your content. Nobody wants to see that, apparently. One thing that TikTok excels at over any other video sharing website and media site in total is its ability to send out recommended feed for a person. Now, is that a breach in privacy? Not at fucking all. Every single website and or ad agency does that. Your information is already out there. You are fucking stupid to believe that anything that you don't say, post, whatever, cannot be obtained any means necessary. You're a blithering idiot, and it happens every single day. Every single search result. You want to look up at the daily price, say there's a coupon for McDonald's or some shit. Just by me saying that, not even looking it up, I will get something that will come up on my phone for McDonald's, and it'll give me the daily price that it is, whether it be a coupon or not. Maybe there's no savings at all. It'll give me the price of a Big Mac on an ad or some shit. That's just how we've, like, let technology come about. We've just made progress, and that's it. Well, I shouldn't say progress, because some people rely on it a bit too much at times. Myself included at times, I will admit, yes, but I still enjoy, like this. I find myself enjoying building Legos, and that doesn't involve having to do anything online, just because I find the physical thing enjoyable. But at times there are sets that are only available on lego.com or at a Lego store. The nearest Lego store to me is 3 hours away, driving on a highway at 60 miles per hour. So yeah, ordering online is actually beneficial there. But that's it. Like, that's the extent that we can follow. Where did all of this start from? My mind is kind of like all over the place. I think the heat is getting to me. I know that I have sweat on my lip right now, so I definitely need to get out of here soon, but I want to finish this build before anything else today. Because not only do I need to finish this build today, but I also need to edit later today. So if I can't Oh, for a second there, I thought I built it like... Normally jets have long wings that go out to the side like this, so I was very scared when I saw it. Nope. Whew. I'm safe. I'm not losing my patience, I'm losing my mind. I'm surprised that I haven't started singing a lot in this episode, because it is hot, hot, hot. Hopefully that song is now stuck in your head as well. And we're in this boat together to an audience of one. Because I know for a fact that nobody watches this at the same time. Nobody wants to watch these things with people in the room at the same time. Ooh, speaking of group viewing, recently, probably for the last month, I think, as well. And that's probably why everything's like come to a standstill. My mother and I, who decided that we would watch the Marvel movies together. We have not done that in a while. Now, do I mind? No, because life just got really in the way. Mainly because my sister just moved out to her college, and in doing so, she's also been exposed to someone who knew that they had COVID. Did I build this wrong? It's just these two pieces as far as I think. Come on. As far as I know, I should say. But yeah, my sister just recently moved into her college dorm. Within the week of her moving in, this information was known to the college and everybody who was attending and everyone who had moved in. Someone who knew that they were exposed and were contagious and did have and does have COVID-19 went and is now living in the dorms amongst them. Yeah, that was not fun to hear about after having her move in. But yeah, with all of that going on, my mother and I have not watched any of the Marvel movies in some time. We're trying to get back into the flow of things, but it's also taking a bit of time to like calm back down because we're trying to adjust our daily life without having another person to be able to take care of our dogs right now. So it's just us learning. Oh yeah. That's another thing. I just remembered another thing. I can't say that's another thing without saying what the thing is, idiot. Another thing that I've been doing again is reading more manga. I haven't been watching anime in a while. Like I think it's almost been a full year since I've watched an anime, but I've been reading manga again, which makes me very happy because the last time that I touched it was back in February. And what was February? The start of quarantine, or self-isolation, or social distancing. I don't know what it was at the start. Technically, people called it quarantine, but that's not correct because you were only quarantined if you had it. It's a weird world we live in right now. I've recently started reading again, and I'm really having a lot of fun reading all these updated series. And a lot of these series that I'm starting to read also have updated chapters that haven't been updated since 2018. A lot of series that I read, that I start to read, either just drop off on a huge hiatus for whatever reason, and then you never hear from them again, and then years later they update a few chapters, and I'm just like, ooh, yay. But what the fuck was the story again? And not even after that, but after the few months that I was gone, from February to what is now August, right? I'm in August right now, I think. Oh well, doesn't matter. From February to August, I have not read a single chapter, and that bugged the hell out of me once I got back, because I barely remembered anything of what I had read a chapter ago that had updated back in January. Like January 29th. It's hard to believe that I didn't remember something like that. And then the series that were updated after 2 years of not having any updated chapters. How the fuck does anybody remember anything about that series? Whether it has to be as memorable as anything else if you want people to stay engaged in the story. Now, me being the idiot and the monkey brain that I am, I like reading. I don't care if I don't remember anything else. I just like to read, see the story, see the progression. Even if I've forgotten, I continue to read where I'd left off, and then I'll remember it eventually. Now, for the one thing that I was very worried about this set, look at this rubber band. This thing has survived much wear and tear. Well, not wear and tear, just age and everything. Let's hope that it still works, because it has to stretch from this piece to this piece. Surgery. Please don't break on me. Ooh, got really worried there. These rubber bands that Lego uses has got to be made out of like a different material, because I know for a fact that rubber bands that are like used to hold like paper towel rolls, I'll say, together, and like rubber band balls, those things just dry out so fast. But these seem to survive years. I mean, this was back in 2011 that I bought this, which is something I never addressed. Yeah, this was the very first set I ever bought of the Ninjago series. And there's a weird story tied to it that I can talk about if you want to ever see the only Lego Star Wars set I have, the Millennium Falcon. If you ever want to see that set come about, just let me know in the comments, and I can introduce it at some point. But know that it is a big set, so it'll have to take its time. But, that being said, there's a story tied to how I was introduced to this series forcibly, without even knowing the show existed. So, there's that. Oh, the instructions say to put J in here before closing the capsule. You close the cabin. Is that what it is? It's not cabin, right? Oh well. There it is. Now if you just follow back here, because this piece slides here, and we also had the rubber band action. Hopefully this works correctly. I know that it's a little bit stiff still. Oh, it worked. It actually physically worked. Although my book kind of got in the way. Yeah, there we go. That's it in a tack form. Kind of like Kai's blade cycle a bit. Perfect. So, that's the main play function, just beyond being a jet and the builder having the free will to move it around in the sky and everything, so it's not stuck to the ground being a motorcycle and everything. I'm glad that I got this set first. I'm an idiot. Alright. That's enough as is. Have a nice day.